I'm here to talk about a little bit on where we are at remote operation pilots use case. So I'm not a technical person. I usually deal with Excel and money, but this has been really educational for me to dive into the technology side. So here we go. So Kiwa, in a nutshell, we're a big inspection, certification, training company. We're usually the third party to validate something. There's a standard, we go in and we say, okay, you're doing the stuff how it's kind of supposed to do. So we have about 15,000 people working for us now. We're expanding quite heavily. And what we actually do in Finland, for example, so here are some numbers. We do a lot of technical inspections. For example, you can see the sticker in an elevator, we inspected that. Measuring devices, all sorts of, for example, if you go to a shop and you have this scale there, we have inspected that also, so you don't reveal too much. Pressure equipment, NDT inspections. You were talking about, Martin, about, for example, NDT, non-destructive testing, for example. So we do that a lot. Cranes, fire safety, so these sorts. And what we focus on here is the remote operations, how we can do things remotely. So, and these solutions apply not only to inspections, but also assembly, asset monitoring, maintenance is the biggest one, and logistics. So, and why we're invested in this is that today, when we do live inspections, they're quite inflexible. They demand a lot of planning time, as Martin said, high costs, high CO2 in a way. Well, high for us, we want to lower our CO2 emissions. They require on-site, it's a slow process. Usually everything needs to be shut down. We're there, so don't bother. So it gives, as Martin said, the downtime is quite heavy. But it's very good quality. It's really reliable. So that's the hard part. And when we're moving to remote inspection, we want to be more flexible. We want to go lower our CO2 emissions and all that sorts. So it's low labor, low cost, all that sorts. But we are researching here, if we do remote inspection, is it of same quality? Is it reliable? Is it safe? These things matter if you actually want to do this. So what our pilots are? The main pilots are the crane pilot, elevator pilot, metal structure inspections. Sure, we do a lot of other things as well, and this might actually increase in the next year. So if you have other ideas, where you have kind of struggling with, just, we'll talk, and if there's something you want to do, we can do in this pilot also. Search for the solution. So here you have just a brief walkthrough of these. Where can I? So just to kind of have an idea what we're actually doing is that in the crane pilot, Chao will walk you through the technicals of this stuff. But what we're actually trying to create here is a fully remote inspection with a video, audio feed, virtual reality, digital twin, IoT data transfer. So no one needs to be on site. So that's an ambition where we want to go. So Chao will elaborate on this. Then another one is the elevator pilot. We're working with Kone to realize kind of idea that maybe we don't need to go on site because there's people on site anyways. There's maintenance people. So maybe we can use the maintenance people and work with them so that they're actually, sorry, it doesn't work. Where do I put? Microsoft PowerPoint didn't answer it. So I'll just elaborate. So we're using those headsets so that the person on site has a headset, and we're using software called, and this example we're partnered up with a Stereoscape, with TeamViewer, so that we have the software where we can, let's say, collaborate with the person on site. So that's something where we are kind of focusing our efforts to. This is something we could use and is used in many situations, but not in inspection too much. So, do you need to restart?
Yes.
Oh no. Okay. So then I'll continue anyway. So one of the metal structure thing, actually Martin was explaining about the flow arm. You saw the arm there. So what we are in that pilot, we're trying to incorporate Nokia Eraxaran technology so that we have more situational awareness on that, where it is actually. So that when you kind of insert the probe somewhere to inspect a metal seam or something like that, we have a really good view on what we're actually doing, so that's reliable and that sort. So that's one thing. And then we also have this fire safety pilot. You've shown us, Martin, about the fire safety equipment, where well, you didn't show us, but you have this drone, you talked about it, which flies in the roof, in a big room, and starts a test on the fire extinguishing equipment. So where we are there, we're trying to also incorporate the BTT test, which is so that when you go to an inspection, you make 3D annotations in the space. I'll have a video if that's working. So how it's working. Mika is, you have been working with your team with the Actor project already, so you had a lot of technology there, and now you're kind of expanding to, so that in the future, when we go to an inspection, there's already 3D annotations of what is okay, what is not, where are the defects actually. So the maintenance can actually access those points. At the moment, it's just PDFs. You have a defect, corrected it. So kind of having more precise. Doesn't work. Maybe that was a corrupted video. Anyways, I think we should skip my other things because it might be in the PowerPoint itself. But if you start Charles, the next presentation, would that be okay? So if you can talk about the crane inspection, yeah, that's something really cool. I'll share the PowerPoint anyways after this. Yeah.
Computer says no.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
It was my PowerPoint maybe.
Yeah. Earlier morning.
Yeah. No problem.
Hello everyone, my name is Voyage from the afternoon. Today I'm working as a project manager for the Necoverse project. And for this presentation, I just would like to tell you how we manage this work, how we manage this work, and how we just do this work, academically, and how we collaborate with some industry partners and also the research institutions. And my topic is about the industrial networks for human-centric industry process, because the focus on inspection. And I think that Thomas and Martin has talked about why we need to do such things, and let's skip this part. And then it's a research question, and I just summarize the research question into the three different kinds of the items. The first is the architecture design, and also there's a question like what's the difference between like the gaming networks and the industrial networks. I think the gaming networks, you just need to develop everything within one platform. You don't need to have interactive with some physical environment. But for the industrial networks, and you need to APIs to gather data from the machine, and also there should be some bi-directional communication between the virtual environment and the physical environment. It's more complicated, and also how to deal with the data, knowledge, service for the end users and what kinds of usabilities for the end users. And that's the main research questions. And the objective, we would like to create and utilize the Metaverse technologies for human-centric industry process. And I would like to just introduce our research timeline with tangible and readable articles. And for the first article, it just identify what kinds of entities and technologies should be involved in such industry Metaverse environment. And like the identity and simulation and like the analysis of AI. And if you are interested in this article, you can just check later and it's all just online. And the second article, when you have the architecture, how to realize the reliable data communication. So it's just how to provide a reliable network infrastructure. And this work is collaborated with all universities. They provide some deterministic networking for robotic operation. And the next part, how to deal with the data, knowledge, and service, and the service. And for the first article, we just provide a pipeline how to integrate the data and knowledge and provide a reliable and real-time data pipeline. And with the second one, we integrate the framework with some IoT devices and to just monitor what happens in the industry working environment. For third one, it's just a simple architecture and how to provide some useful service for the end user, some lessons learned. And for the next part, there's some useful service we can provide for the end user. The first one, we use augmented reality to provide some contextual awareness information for the end user. And later there will be some use cases show up. And for the final one, there is some AI algorithm. We just use knowledge installation to just detect some anomaly based on the image. Here is some use cases, and the first one we just use such a virtual environment for the collision detection between the overhead crane and some AGVs, and also for such safety zone, they can just adaptively update it based on the size of the material and delivered by such machine, and it can just provide some real-time reminder or notification to the end user. And for the next one, there is a collaborative work with Ruhr University in Germany. And for such a platform, you can just integrate different kinds of cameras and with localization information, and the end user, they can just interact with different cameras to visualize what happens in such industrial working environment. And also we use some AI algorithm which can just realize the object recognition and human recognition. And it can detect how many people in some restricted area. For this one is the AI algorithm. How it works, and for the first color is the image with some small anomaly. There is a scratch, and this one is our method, and you can see and you can just detect what happens on the surface of some object. And for the next one, we just utilize the augmented reality to realize such context awareness information system. And for such use cases, we can operate the overhead crane, and it shows what happens for the end user. And it thinks, and it can show like there are some AGVs is moving forward behind the end user, and there are some other operators within some area, and what happens surrounding the operator. It can just provide some information to help the end user to make better decisions. And also there are some dashboards for the operational tasks. They can just interact with such dashboards to know what they need to do for the next. And also there's some better status of the machine, just the time to show up what's the status of the machine. Also, so all the information is just provided to the human, and the human is the final one who should make the better decision. And next, I would like to talk about the overhead crane tester pattern. remote inspection, and all the parts they already developed. The next stage, we would like to integrate all the different technologies and in one platform, and we develop such virtual environment, and we are using the building information model for such environment, and also with some video stream, and also it's possible to just integrate with the Nokia access. And here we develop some IoT solutions to detect what's the status of the sexual headframe. And here is the control, and we design a remote control with region to provide secure communication and also control the frame. And here is like the inspection task, and maybe it's possible to integrate with some systems from the Kiva, this PRMS. Here is just some simple videos and how we can just remotely control such videos monitor system and to just change the view and to visualize what happens. And also next part is not also we would like to use such robot to realize to utilize such autonomous robots to help us to detect what happens and with some like a book or some other things to just take some image or video stream, and for such robots they can just find their target or destination and to realize their task and to collaborate with their Korean and to get the information from their massive systems. And for the elevator, that's the pattern. So the next part is one possible solution. We would like to develop some similar technologies within the elevator to realize to integrate with Nokia access or maybe such simple items to just realize a mobile platform to visualize everything within the elevator to realize the remote inspection. And also Thomas just asked me to talk about some lessons learned, and based on current situation and the next part, we would like to focus on the human. And previously we just talk about like the technologies, and we want to use some advanced and comprehensive technologies to have the human. But finally we need to go back to the human. Human is on the center of the stage. So my lessons learned is like the easiest is the best for the human side. Thanks.